even if like this person I'm married to may piss me the fuck off.
You're
right?
proving my point even further.
I'm making perfect sense in my head.
Your perspective.
I don't see what's being missed right now. All right, everybody, welcome back to Man First Podcast. I am Mixed.
I am J0.
You weren't even close to the mic.
Well, I wasn't. Can you hear me?
What? Today we're going to be going over a topic. Like I said, this is Man First Podcast. This is going to be one of our beginning videos. So we want to touch on topics that are very important to what we're trying to accomplish. Today we're going to be talking about just information on marriage. Like, what's the current state of it? I'm currently married. You're not. You've been married, but you're not married anymore.
We'll never get married.
You're never going to get married?
Never going to get married.
Ooh. Well, I'm glad we're doing this topic then. Like, I don't think we've had that conversation
That's like
yet.
very taboo. You don't say that around me. Every time my mom says, "Well, I can't wait to have can't wait for you to get married and get some grandbabies." I started laughing. You're gonna keep waiting.
What is it that soured you on the idea of marriage?
Well, I was married before.
Right.
So I can't say I never will get married. I did get married before and it didn't work out. And at this point, I'm like, where is it? Remember when I said that I've listened to other podcast streamers, listen to YouTube and stuff like that, and kind of awoken the whole of what I was, right. The flaws that I had and stuff, all that kind of stuff.
Right.
Well, that was like an eye opener of saying, okay, what was the reason for me to get married? I don't believe there's any benefit for a man to get married, and especially today's age.
Wow. Well, I would have to disagree with you on that. There's plenty of the idea of marriage in the traditional sense.
1 second.
Go ahead.
Name one benefit for a man to get married other than for financial or tax benefits.
Like a true marriage where they're committed, there's no stepping out.
Yeah, you're
like in the traditional sense.
Like, yeah, what would be the benefit of getting married? You cannot say financial or tax benefits or whatever.
No, I won't say that.
Okay.
No STDs.
You can still
name one.
Yeah, you can still. You can.
What?
You can still get
what?
But okay.
Got him.
No, but
got him.
But that's just like, that should be automatic, shouldn't it? For, protect yourself, of course, That's like, you should definitely protect yourself.
Well, so here's the thing, man. Multiple partners increases your risk of contracting some type of STD, right?
Okay.
Hold on. Yes or no? Yeah.
Okay, I agree.
Okay, cool. So if you limit, if you settle down, let's say you're a virgin and you're like old school traditional, right? You save yourself to marriage and she does the same thing. You will never contract herpes, gonorrhea, syphilis. You'll never contract any of that stuff because you are only with that one person who's never been touched. And you've never been touched, so you can't give her anything and she can't give you anything.
Okay, but where we're talking in a sense of just talking to one woman, okay? Let's just say it's monogamy, okay?
Right.
So that's still less risk of STDs because you're only dealing with one person, but you don't have to get married to have sex.
Well, if you go into, if let's say you're clean, let's say you're not a virgin, you've had sexual partners in the past, right? You've been fucking, right? And she's been fucking, like she does, you meet, you're 25, she's 25 and y'all have had, relationships. But let's say you go into it and you both decide you get tested, see who has what, right?
That's usually one of the things I always
That's
do.
typically how it should be, right? That's not a thing nowadays, but that's how it should be at least. You get tested, you're good, you're clean. She gets tested. she's good, she's clean, or maybe you have something that can be taken care of, or maybe you have something that's just, something. But let's just say for this instance, you're clean, she's clean. If you're with her for the end of all eternity till both of you die, you never have to worry about STDs.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. Where is the benefit of getting married other than financial or tax gain?
Well, so you're just talking about just being in a relationship.
Just
You're
being
not
in a
talking about
relationship.
necessary
That's
marriage.
what I'm saying. Why do you need to get married?
Well, I'm saying that's one of the benefits of marrying that one individual.
But you can still get that without marrying the person.
That's true.
That's
But
what I'm saying. You still haven't named one benefit that a man.
okay, I'll give you one. It gives you the pressure as a man to provide and protect, because now she is now your responsibility.
That's automatic. That's usually the man role.
Not today. women be shopping.
Okay, that's true. We both understand that, but still,
Right.
a woman will still look for a man to provide and protect no matter what. So you don't need to get
Right,
married.
but
There's still
if-
pressure is
but if
still
she's
there.
But if she's just your girlfriend, the
You're
pressure's
gonna-
not
you're
there.
gonna run-
You can leave.
I can picture
If
that,
she
yeah.
starts tripping,
Yo.
you leave.
Okay,
You know what I
I'm
mean?
good. You know
Marriage
what?
is
You're
a
done.
commitment. Marriage is not we're just two people hanging out, sleeping with each other from time to time. Marriage is I'm committing to you, and you lay all your. This is what I'm committing to. This is what I plan on doing, and that the fact that you made that commitment, that step forward. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of drawbacks to potentially getting married. We're going to cover a
Yeah.
couple of them on this video, on this episode. Excuse me.
But you're still not giving me.
I just gave you one.
That's not. You can
It
still
gives you-
you still do that even because you cannot say that when you were in a relationship or you had a girlfriend or when you were dating, the automatic response if somebody pulls a gun, you're gonna jump in front of the girl, right?
Sure. I'm not talking about in those type. I'm talking about just in life, like providing a house,
You can
providing
still-
comfort.
You can still do all these things without
but-
getting married. That's what
But
I'm
you're
saying.
not. But there's no requirement to do so in just a boyfriend girlfriend situation, if we were going to call it that. Like when you're married, the idea is to be together. So you have to have a house, right? If you're dating somebody, sure, you can move in together, but nothing's forcing y'all to be together other than you just want to. So the option to always separate is always there. Now, granted, the option is always for divorce is there as well, but you've committed at that point. You're not committed as a boyfriend-girlfriend situation. You're just spending time together, essentially.
I can understand that I see what you're saying. I
Right.
think there's levels or a degree of how much you're willing to, protect, provide, and all that
Right.
kind of stuff. But still, you're still not giving me the actual benefit. There's no benefit for a man to get
I
married.
just gave you like 5.
That's not. You can still do wherever you're saying you can still do without being married. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
You have to name something.
So it has to be exclusive,
like that
to
one
marriage.
thing
Has to be
to marriage
exclusive
that
to
is
marriage.
actually benefits you as a man, other than
Well, I mean,
financial and tax benefits.
I still think my last one is pretty strong. Like you're committed, and because the pressure is not there when you're just dating.
It still is.
There's pressure.
There's still pressure. You are a man. You have to. You are.
You're saying-
because a woman looks at you as a leader. She actually has a provider. Women look at their men as the
Options,
not
opportunities, a
Yeah,
way out,
I would say that pretty much what's going on today.
a way out.
Okay,
Like,
but yeah, let's just go into stuff. Like I said, I still think that there is still no benefit. There's hardly any. You can still do all these things that you're talking about without getting married, other than tax purposes and financial, gain.
I would argue that when you're married, okay, so it really comes down to the mentality, right? So if you're getting married for the sake of this is my wife, I'm her husband, we're going to take on the world together in our own lanes, right? So either she has her role, I have my role, and we have to come together. We're going to have children. We're going to raise our children up and all that stuff like that. Can you do that as a boyfriend and girlfriend? Of course you can. People have been doing it for decades, right? But there's nothing forcing you to be together. you can always just do this. You know what I mean?
Right.
When you're married.
So you're saying that's a good thing because you're forced?
Yeah.
Like I said,
everything we're doing is we're forcing ourselves to do
I
it.
said, name a benefit. That doesn't sound like a benefit. That sounds
consider it. Take away the word,
because you said
pressure.
Forced. That sounds like control. That sounds like
whenever you're motivated to do something, whether it's working out, whether it's fixing this car, fixing your house, whatever, you have to force yourself to get up and do it.
Doesn't sound like a benefit.
But what it is a benefit.
You just said,
right, hear me out.
You're saying forced.
You're
like, oh God, I gotta go out and do this.
Hear me out.
I gotta go. But when you're just in a relationship, there's nothing really forcing you, like you just said.
Yeah.
So I would say that is a benefit because there's no control. There's that feeling that I gotta do this.
I'll give you the benefit. The benefit is when you're done and you accomplish whatever that goal is, you've now fixed your car, you've now fixed your house, you have a better situation because you forced yourself to deal with whatever that issue is. Instead of running away and that whole thing dissolves into nothingness, you've now forced yourself to deal with it face to face and confront whatever that issue is. You don't have to do that with a boyfriend, girlfriend. You can just leave. But when you're married, it's like, even if like this person I'm married to may piss me the fuck off.
You're
right?
proving my point even further.
I'm making perfect sense in my head.
Your perspective.
I don't see what's being missed right now.
No, look, I understand. Like I said, your situation with your family makes you a better man, I guess you would say.
Yes,
it makes you a better man. I see what you're saying. That's probably the reason why your perspective of the marriage is like it uplifts you. It brings out the true man nature in you. But you can still have that man nature without being married. Because the way I see it, marriage is only a contract. Marriage is like you just said, it's a force,
Well, okay, no, if you're looking at it from
a government contract, really.
Legally, yes.
It only benefits the woman. It really only benefits her.
That's not technical. The only reason that's mostly hold on. The only reason that's mostly true is because most of the time, 9 out of 10 times, and it's changing rapidly today, 9 times out of 10, the man is the breadwinner of the relationship. So that's why over the past hundreds of years of marriage or divorces, I don't know if it's hundreds of years, but that's why women tend to make out better on the back end because the men were the breadwinners. Mm-hmm. But if you reverse it, Adele, the singer, right? She was divorced. Her husband's getting money off of her.
Right.
Because she's the breadwinner in that relationship. I think
I'm pretty sure. I think Halle Berry was the same thing.
Halle Berry with Eric Benet is situational. 9 times out of 10, you're right, and I agree with you. Women do make out in the end because now the man has to pay alimony, child support, if that's the thing. But it's not necessarily the man who gets screwed. Now, don't correct me if I'm wrong. Like, if the woman makes more money, then the woman owes alimony. Like, correct me if I'm wrong, but typically it's the man who makes more money. It's changing now. Obviously, you got your one-offs with your celebrity females and this and that, and other aspects of professional life, but you're right most of the time, but that's just situational, I think.
So you're only talking about the exceptions.
You're talking about the exceptions that women benefited in the end. Oh no, I'm sorry.
I was like, wait, what?
No, women benefit in the end due to the fact
when it comes down to men are the exception because in most cases men don't get.
Yeah.
So like I said.
But that's based on circumstance, not necessarily 100% mandated. Right.
Okay, I'm not saying.
Right.
I said most. I ain't say all men, but like I said, that's pretty much the exception. But yeah. Let's get into whatchamacallit. But I think I won that.
I don't think you did. I think I got you on that one. I think I made my point.
Audience,
I think I made myself very clear.
Please leave a comment.
Put a 2 in the comments if you think I got that one.
Put a 1 if you think I was pretty much right about this.
Put the 2.
There is no benefit for a man to get married.
You must be crazy. All right, let's go. Let's talk about this a little bit. I got old Chad Gupta up here. Mm-hmm. So I asked, what is the divorce rate in this country? So it's looking like 60% of divorces occur among those aged 20 to 25. 25% of those who marry after 25 divorce within 10 years. 43% of those aged 55 to 64 have been divorced. And that's coming from census.gov and Graziano and Flynn PC. I don't know what the hell that means. Dude, 43% of those aged 55 to 64 have been divorced. I don't know if that means throughout their life or during those ages, but
Probably throughout
throughout their life. That's what I would think that means. I saw something else up here. Oh yeah, here it goes. 69% of divorces are initiated by women and 31% initiated by men. So for me, that is a hard case to make for men, for young men. And that's really what this session that we're doing right now, this podcast is, what this specific podcast is about, is marriage, right? It's a hard sell today for young kids to even consider marriage, because it seems like women want to get married, but they don't want to be in a marriage. Does that make sense?
No, you have to explain.
So sorry. Women want the wedding, but they don't want to be married. They want their day in the spotlight.
Oh yeah, it's how you say, it's a Disney
princess
fantasy.
Yeah, it's,
you know, they just want to, how you say, they just want to wear the white dress.
They want to be, they want to have their day,
you know?
Yeah, they want to have their day. They want everybody looking at them, and they want to get the wedding plans and the wedding magazines and the books and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then the day's over, and now you're stuck with this guy, and he's just sitting around on the couch playing Y2K, or not Y2K, NBA 2K, whatever, right? Mm-hmm. And then you just stare at him.
Like, what is this?
Like, you know how many people want to be with me? I'm married to that guy. And then a month passes by and it just festers. It festers. 3 months, festers. 6 months, arguments and all this stuff. And it's like the honeymoon phase is done. Divorce.
I would say is, I guess, you know, I don't know. The way I see it is that women have a very higher sense of curiosity. You know, they always want to, I guess, the hypergamous nature kind of kicks in. Like, I could always do better.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Did you hear that joke about the women going, I saw it on YouTube, I heard it on Facebook or YouTube, where the woman goes to the man store, the man mall. So the woman goes to the first floor of the man mall. I think it's like 5 floors. Mm-hmm. And the escalator takes her up to the first floor.
Right.
First floor is a sign that says, these men are very attractive. You can pick one if you want to get married to one. She says, wait a minute, there's 5 floors to this mall. So she goes up the next escalator, goes up to the second floor. These men are good looking and are very nice to children. So, oh, wait, that's awesome. But what's on the third floor? Third floor, sign says, these men are nice to children. They're very good looking and they make a lot of money. Oh, that's awesome. That's the best. That's great. But what's on the 4th floor? If the way this is going, it's going to work out great. Goes up to the 4th floor. These men are good looking, make a lot of money, are nice to children, and the sex is amazing. Oh, that's got to be great. The next floor is perfect. Oh, it's going to keep going. It's going to get better. She goes up to the 5th floor. It says, you are customer number 10,987,565 to prove that women are never going to be satisfied. That's perfect, man. Like it's true, man. It's so fucking true. We as human beings are always curious, right?
Right.
What drives our what drives our want for more is different. For guys, it's not necessarily women.
Yeah, because if you reverse that, I probably would have dealt with the girl on the first floor.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, you know what?
She's good looking. Let's go. That's all I want.
I'm good.
She can't cook that well. That's cool.
That's fine.
We Uber Eats. We're good.
Hello Fresh. We're good.
Yeah, we good. We got a microwave. We don't need to cook. What's cooking? I got an air fryer. Don't need to cook. But not like it's women. When it comes to relationship, it seems that women don't even know what they want, because what they want on Monday is not going to match what they want on Thursday. It's not going to match what they want on Saturday. It's so weird, because I remember so many times I've seen a female dating this guy, and then it doesn't work out. Then she dates the complete opposite. That doesn't work out. Then she goes back to this guy that's that type of guy, and then they date somebody completely different. It's like, what's going on right now? Like, what do you want? Like, what is going to work for you? And then they just keep changing up or going back and changing up. It's non-stopping, you know, it's just always evolving. And they say they want this, they want this, they want that. But we all know that when women are younger in their prime years, quote unquote, what people say is like their early 20s, they want the bad boy. They want the troublemaker. They want the rebel, the
dark triad. You know, type of guy.
They want the one that's gonna arouse them and that's gonna like keep them guessing and stuff like that. And for some reason, some women want men that are gonna cause drama.
Mm-hmm.
They want that.
They don't want the relationship to be boring.
They don't want the good guy. They don't want the guy that's gonna be at home playing video games while, you know, doing nothing and having nothing going on outside. Goes to work, comes home. You know, they don't want that.
I would say even if he is, you know, actually trying to accomplish something, you know, he's actually trying to get up there to the, how you say, you know, trying to get status or trying to work on himself or actually, you know, doing the hard work, you know, especially if he's at work all day, all of a sudden she still will find him boring because, you know, she's not really interacting with him. Oh, he doesn't call me. He doesn't do this. He doesn't, you know, he doesn't make me feel good when I want to feel good. It's like, yo, you know, I'm trying to work and I'm trying to be able to, you know, that provider, that guy that gives you that security and all that kind of stuff. But it's crazy, man.
Yeah, it's definitely a huge guessing game and nobody knows the answer. You know, it's just, you're just playing the game just for the sake of playing the game.
I think, well, I would just say this, like, I think in both sides, you know, men and women, from the woman perspective, you know, and, you know, just hear me out when I say this. I think this is a black hole in them. It's like they'll never be satisfied.
No.
You know, they'll never be satisfied. The male perspective of never being satisfied is the, how you saying, is just the options he wants, the variety, you know, the quantity of women that he wants, like, remember I told you it's like that itch, you know, we want to be with that kind of girl. I want to be that Asian. I want to be with that Latina. I want to be with that black girl.
I don't think it's we want to be with them. We just want to experience that.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
We won't leave you to be with her, but we might want her just to see, but we're coming back to you. You know what I mean?
Right.
Now that ties into this whole idea that Kevin Samuels was big on. He was really big on high value men, right? You've heard the concept, high value men. It's not necessarily about making a lot of money. It's just your value as a living, breathing person. Do you bring value? Can you bring value to a woman's world? And those who can, he said, high value men don't cheat. They exercise their options.
Right.
So in that world that I've never been a part of, right? That millionaire lifestyle, the six figures and all that stuff. Do you think that's a legitimate stance? Like, do you believe that they have the ability to say, look, I will marry you, but you need to understand something. The lifestyle I lead, I'm going to be traveling a lot and you're not coming with me. So when I'm over in Dubai or I'm over in Shanghai or wherever I'm at, I'm going to be sleeping with some other women. And I'm going to come home to you. I'm not going to buy them anything. I'm not going to spend money on them. It's just going to be they come by and we do what we do and then they leave and then I handle business and I come home and here, you're in our big house. Do you think that's a legitimate?
So you're asking me if you're kind of entitled to that nature?
Not entitled. Do you support that
privilege
thought?
I guess
right. Yeah. Privilege. Yeah.
Absolutely. Fuck yes.
God damn.
Yo, like, I don't. Okay. You know, pretty much you heard.
Now, a caveat to that. I'll let you finish.
Okay.
Do you extend the same to women?
You mean extend the same to
like
women?
You said yes to men having that mentality. What if a woman had that mentality?
No, she can't.
Ooh.
No, she's done. No, she's done. I mean, when it comes down to the, you know, I'm not a millionaire, you know, okay? Like I said, I'm an average Joe.
No, I'm talking about a millionaire female.
Okay, so let's just say I am a millionaire, okay? And the woman says, oh, well, if you could do that, I can do the same thing. No, absolutely.
No. That's not what I'm talking about.
Huh?
I'm talking about you're okay, in the instance of the man doing that, the man's the millionaire, the woman's not. Now flip the script.
If she's a millionaire,
the woman's let's say they're both millionaires. Does the woman have the
fuck
leeway?
no.
Okay, now what if the woman's the millionaire and the guy's not?
She's not going to be with him. No, there's no woman that's going to be.
I just told you Adele just got divorced. I mean, it happens. Like women do marry, like successful women do marry normal guys.
Yeah, but for how long?
Well, typically,
you just said she's getting divorced.
Typically, they were together before she blew up, right? So that's typically how that happens.
Exactly.
But I'm saying, let's say she's the millionaire and he's not.
I still don't understand. Okay. That doesn't make sense because women do not choose men who are broke. That's the reason why you got the king will always.
I'm broke. King, I'm saying like a $90,000 a year.
Broke. He's still broke. I mean, he's still a loser.
Not broke.
Yeah, I mean, it's
relatively
broke,
speaking,
but
he doesn't bring in as much as she. He's not a 1%er like she is.
Again, she looked at him as a broke nigga. I mean, excuse me. But she looked at him as a broke guy. I'm telling you, and now relationship does not last long when it is the reverse. When a woman makes way more money, I'm living proof of that.
Well, typically what you're saying is true. But when you're starting that relationship, women tend to date her hypergamy. What you're saying, they date like this. Sideways are equal or they date up.
Exactly.
Typically, you can find the outliers.
She starts making more money. She's only going to look for a guy that's making just as much as her. And if he's somewhere down here, she's more than likely going to let him go because the relationship usually does not work out.
She outgrows him.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I wouldn't say she outgrows him. It's just
that's the excuse I keep hearing. Oh, I outgrew him and his money wasn't where mine was and blah, blah, blah.
And then there'll be more excuses like, well, I did my best trying to get him to come up, or I tried my best to help him grow and to become something. But
now, what would you say when it comes to marriages and the failure of a marriage is basically divorce, right? Mm-hmm. We prepped some stats and everything. Were you surprised with in terms of race, who divorces more on average?
Yeah, we what did it say? It said black individuals, man.
Hold on, here we go. All right, so here are the divorce rates by race in the United States. Black individuals, I don't know why I said it like that, around 38.7 have experienced divorce. White individuals, approximately 35. Hispanic Latino is 26.1%. Asian individuals, roughly 11.4, have experienced divorce, and that's coming from census.gov. Did that surprise you?
I always thought that maybe the whites would be above us.
The whites. The whiteys. the whites.
I'm sorry. I always thought that, white individuals.
White human beings. Not the black human beings, but the white human beings, yeah.
But, I don't know. That doesn't really surprise me, I guess. No,
yeah. It doesn't. Seeing how culture is a big part of marriage, mm-hmm. I would say I'm not surprised, only because there's been such a huge shift over the past several decades in terms of prioritizing family, which is what I was pushing on, and it's more about me. You know what I mean? So, like I said, that once that honeymoon phase, every marriage goes through the honeymoon phase, but the best remedy to fixing that potential hiccup is embracing it before you even get married.
Right.
Knowing this is not going to be a happily ever after situation. It's fucking not.
There's nothing in, there's nothing in marriage that says happiness, I guess you would say.
Well, it's better for worse. Better for worse is essentially happiness, right? When you're happy, when you're not happy, you're still committing to this person forever, right?
Yeah, that's but there's there's nothing in there saying you're guaranteed happiness in marriage. Yeah.
No, because you can't guarantee happiness. No, it's impossible. You know what I mean? So, but I think the problem is like we were saying earlier, most people go into marriage expecting that wedding.
Yeah, the happily ever after.
The happily ever after, and they ride off in the carriage and the limo, and then they go to the reception and all the stuff. But then the honeymoon starts, and then the honeymoon's over, and now you have to live with this fucking person.
I definitely experienced that, man. I definitely did. Like I said, when I got I married for the wrong reasons. I'll admit that. I wanted to hang on to what I thought was going to be my happiness.
Right.
That's what I thought. I was like, okay, well, this woman's giving me everything that I want, not in marriage, but she gave me everything I want when we weren't married.
Oh, yeah.
It's like she was
wanted the
cooking,
wedding.
she was cleaning.
Was she married before you?
No.
Oh, so she just had the kids and now she wanted daddy.
Yeah. So I was the stepdad.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Well, I guess I didn't disclose that. Yeah, I was the stepdad.
Uh-huh.
She had 2 boys. I had a good relationship with them. Everything was good. I was working. I was the individual. I guess I was the provider because she was in those home, I guess, government homes, housing.
Government. I thought she wasn't in the Navy when you met her?
No, I made her join the Navy.
Oh, wow.
It was my undoing. It was my undoing when I made the choice like, yo, you got to join the military, man. You can't live like this,
Oh,
I thought in my head, I was like, you'll have a better life. But nowhere in my head, I'm like, yo, you're sending her to the wolves, and you're pedalizing her, I guess, you're putting her,
pedestalizing her?
yeah, I'm putting her up there above me.
Bro,
And that's why I said,
that was a bad move,
like I said, I told you before embracing my man first mindset.
Yeah.
My whole perspective was like, yo,
You done fucked up,
exactly. As I said, I was in my truck and I was like, that's not me.
You sent an attractive lady into the Navy. How old was she?
She was 25.
Yeah, Latino.
No, she was 21 when I met her.
Well, when she went to the Navy,
yeah, she was
in that age range.
Yeah, 22.
Yeah.
Like I said, we got divorced around when she was 25.
Yeah, that was it was a bad move in the sense that,
everything was bad.
Navy,
I made every single.
The boat boo is real. You know what I mean? Like, you could be married.
It was great, in the little beginning, like you were just saying, the honeymoon phase,
yeah.
and I was like, I was the stay-at-home dad. I was taking care of things. I was like, yeah, I will take care of the house and take care of the kids. But later, I started complaining. I started getting frustrated.
Yeah.
She was at work. She was coming home late. Maybe
where you been?
9, 10, 11. I swear to God, I was the woman of the relationship, man. I was where's the happy wife, happy life mentality?
God damn.
Yo, I swear to God.
Hell with that bullshit.
I'm telling you, it was bad. Like I said, every single decision that I made was the opposite of what a man first mentality mindset should be,
Right. What else were we looking at here? So this is for all the guys watching this, and we're talking about marriage, we're talking about divorce and everything like that. And here are the top reasons. Did I have something? What was this?
I think I'm like every single one of those except the addiction issues.
Yeah, the top reasons women cite for divorce. We got infidelity at number 1, so basically cheating. So that's kind of an issue. Let's see, lack of communication, financial problems, emotional or physical abuse, addiction issues, such as substance abuse, maybe alcoholism or harder drugs, growing apart or lack of intimacy. This is bullshit. Lack of intimacy that could be an issue, but you still that's.
Oh, it's an issue.
In the modern sense it is, but in the traditional sense. Well, we'll go into it. Number 7, constant arguing or conflict, getting married too young. That's bullshit too. Lack of commitment and unmet expectations, which is also bullshit. So these are my opinions. All right, this is just what I'm saying.
You know what? I'm sorry. I just now read it that this is from the woman.
From the woman.
Okay.
Yeah. They got it for the men too. So we're gonna go over that in a second. The reason why I say growing apart or lack of intimacy is bullshit is because this is basically saying we have different interests. Like, so the fuck what? Like, so what? You're never going to match up 100% with any individual. You'll have somebody that you get, you have some similar things interesting like that, but at some point you're going to be interested in something, she's going to be interested in something else, and it's just you're going to kind of have your own thing, and that's a necessary thing to have, because if everything you do involves this person, it gets fucking frustrating because now you're constantly with that person. Now, granted, I love my wife. I will die for her. I will kill for her. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But I can't be involved in 100% everything I do with her.
Right.
We need that time apart to miss each other.
Exactly.
Then we get back together, and then it's like, oh fuck, like I look at my wife now, like she's more attractive to me now after having 2 kids, and like it's been 15 years, or we've actually known each other for like 17, 18 years. But I'm more looking to, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
today than I was when I first met her, you know what I mean? And her body's changed, my body's changed and everything like that. But it doesn't matter because every day I go to work and I come home and there she is. We're not next to each other all the time.
Mhm.
And the whole lack of intimacy thing, the reason why I say that's bullshit is because that's basically no sex, right? What happens if you're married and she's in an accident, now she can't have sex? You gonna divorce her? You know what I mean? like if you're not getting
Bit
intimate,
extreme, but yeah, go
it has been extreme. I'm just saying, like, you can't say, "Oh, we're not having sex anymore," and just that's the reason why we're breaking up. You can, obviously, people do it all the time, but I just find that reason to be ridiculous. Obviously, there's something going on that's
in this era. It's like practically on the woman's top list of I gotta be attracted to you to have sex.
not only do I have to be attracted to you, you have to be attracted to all the other women.
Huh.
Like a woman wants a guy who's wanted by other.
Yeah.
No woman wants to be with a guy. Well, modern women. No modern woman wants to be with a man that nobody else wants.
Right. Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I not only do I have to be attracted to you, everybody has to be attracted to you, but only I can have you.
Yeah. Only I can have
Right,
you.
right.
But which that's like, I don't know. That's
Getting married too young. That's bullshit because it's only within the last several decades where the age of marriage has gone up to like the 30s and shit.
Mhm.
Back in the day, you get married like right out of high school, and that was your partner. That was your guiding partner for the rest of your life.
right.
And that's back in the day when the statistics for success were much higher because you're grounded, you're focused, you're not out there chasing ass. You're not out there throwing all your money away to try to impress all these random strangers. Like you had to focus. Don't get me wrong, guys back then were cheating too, but they not always, but they came home and they had responsibilities to have.
I got a question for you.
What's up?
What years do you believe was the best relationship time?
I'd have to really dig deep, but I do know that
in your own experience, what do you think was the best relationship times? Like people actually
you're talking about
getting together, getting actual relationships where relationships were actually successful.
I would say,
what years do you think?
When were the civil rights? 50s?
Right. Good Lord, you went that far back?
Well, there's a reason. 50s and 60s, right? Civil rights. Right before then.
Why you say that?
Well, during Jim Crow time frame, this is mainly for like black folks. In that time, families were much stronger. And then after civil rights, and then after feminism, and after all that stuff, the family declined progressively through the years. So I would say,
I ask you in your experience. That means like you as your.
Oh, I thought you meant
when
like,
do you think? I'm not asking you as in general, as a whole, but it kind of does in the sort of way.
I don't know.
It does match in the sort of way. I'll just say I would say the 90s. I would say the 90s.
Like for me personally,
for what I've seen, I would say that.
I mean, we've only been
I would
alive
say 90s was the reason why. There was a reason why it was the best times. I think the last time relationships were successful.
Oh, so the last times. Well, I mean, they were definitely higher than they are now. Like, in terms of
I would say definitely
divorce rates were
definitely
lower.
Before the 2000s. I would say you're probably describing, but I would say the last time it was actually successful.
Well, you got to remember,
90s. There's a big reason why.
Every previous decade was, in terms of divorce rates and stuff, being lower, and marriages being actually marriages, what they were meant for. Every preceding decade was better than the one that followed, right? Because it just progressively got more and more unstable. So you can say the 2000s, you can say the 90s, you can say the 80s, you can say 70s, but wherever you start, the families were better prior, because after feminism started, and after the what's it called, the birth pill, birth control,
Mm-hmm.
everything just started progressively over decades just going to shit.
There's another reason why too, man.
Was that
The internet.
okay? Yeah,
The internet.
access,
More options.
Yeah,
especially for women.
You didn't have to sneak out to the club. You just go in the bathroom and not your bath. Well, when the internet was invented, you had to be on a computer. But
yeah, you can look at all these dating apps, Instagram, iPhones. This is like right around the time all this practically came out. So relationships pretty much got worse right after the 90s, man. Like for a relationship to actually be successful, because you were able to, us guys, the average Joes, the guys locally, it wasn't that hard to find a girl, But for women, now that the internet came into the picture, so I would say it messed up dating and messed up relationships, because now
it took a while though. It took a good minute for that to actually catch on, because they didn't have the apps. When the apps, I think what you're saying is more explosive when the apps started, because you had websites for dating, but you had to pay and you had to it was a big thing.
Yeah, MySpace. You had, as soon as iPhone, I think you're able to take the pictures, the selfies and all that kind of stuff. Then you were able to take those selfies and put it on. I think that's right around the time Facebook or Instagram came into the picture.
Right.
And then that's when things went globally.
Yeah.
I would say dating became globalized rather than localized,
Yeah. Yeah, you're definitely what's the word? You're definitely restricted in terms of your reach, unless you were like a world traveler. You know what I mean? Nobody in India was going to know who you were. Now you just upload a video, upload a poster of if you're a girl shaking your ass and shit, and guys from all over the fucking planet will, thumb up and like, and hey sweetie, you looking good today, or oh, I would love to take you out and take you to Dubai and blah 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 blah. So I would agree.
It messed it up for us, like I said, average men. Well, because we got to say, one of the biggest reasons why I got off apps, I got off almost all the dating apps, because it's become a gamble system. But for women, it's become a buffet,
Yeah. All
you can eat. You can,
But I would also say that it's not necessarily a buffet for relationships. It's just a buffet for attention. It's just a buffet for eyes. And that's very hard to let go.
I would disagree. I would say it gave women a roster of men. It gave them, I can use this guy to go out to eat. I can go out use this guy.
But that's what I'm talking about, relationships. Like they're using no woman on there is dating every guy that gives them a compliment, right? So they're not utilizing social media for seeking relationships from some guy way off that's the millionaire, right? Because there's a millionaire over here, there's a millionaire over there. So they're using that for the attention and validation of these very powerful, rich people.
She wants the relationship with those in the top 10% of men.
But she gets to pick. But I mean, she gets the ability to maybe pick one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So she's not dating every single one. She's utilizing her assets. Assets.
I would argue that she probably is. She's actually going to the ones she wants.
Yeah. And that's
so it's still a big range of, because if you, like I said, if you go on a dating app, and I don't remember the last time you I've
never been on a dating
exactly.
app.
So no. I've been on a dating app.
I never swiped right or left.
Men swipe right way more than women. Women swipe left way more than men swiping left,
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is that you can go into the messages of a woman. She'll have a roster of guys she can talk to.
Yeah.
So that gives her almost unlimited access to what she wants. Like I said, it's a buffet. But when it comes down to men, it kind of restricts us, because we want this woman, but she's out there swiping left on you. And
but the bad part of that is there's so many good looking women out there, but there's so few rich men out there.
Oh yeah.
So whether she likes or not, she's still competing with other women, and there's way more good looking women than there are high and mighty men, top 1% men.
Yeah.
So as hard as they try, they still have to compete. So they can, like a room of 100 women, baddies, like all 10s, right? 10 guys. and they're all millionaires, which kind of represents top 1%, right? They're not going to take all 100 women. You know what I mean? Like, there's going to be probably 90, unless somebody's cool with some polyamory, polygamous type stuff. 90 women are going home alone.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how good they look. And that's just how that works.
Yeah.
So it's a give take, double-edged sword type situation for the women. They have to they have to use discernment and pick who's the right one, and is it really the money that makes them the right one? And that's where everything goes wrong. They want to use their beauty to attract the high-powered man, but the high-powered man doesn't really just wants the beauty. You know what I mean? It doesn't really want the relationship with the woman. They just want the beauty for social status or whatever.
Well, that's because the perspective reverses.
Right.
The man, the top 10% of men, they have a buffet.
Yeah. Yeah. And he doesn't even have to be good looking.
Yeah. He uses, because of course, the whole status pretty much is one of the biggest attractive parts of
right.
them,
Right. Like Bill Gates can pull who's Megan? Bill Gates can pull Megan Thee Stallion, no problem. He's probably already tagged it once or twice. You know what I mean? I'm just saying.
Why you putting that mental picture in my head?
Bill Gates slamming Megan Thee Stallion right now, bro.
I don't want to see that mess.
You're like,
hey, Meg, I recreated Windows. It's over 5,000 megawatts of gigabytes in the tetrabytes.
All right.
So
you made your point.
Yeah.
Yo.
So
sorry, audience, we did not want you to picture Bill Gates.
No, so I think this is the conversation we can continue on. We're at the 45-minute mark, so we'll go ahead and wrap it up real quick. So you can make sure you come to us we're here on YouTube. We're also going to be on Rumble. We're also going to be on X, Instagram, Facebook. Make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what y'all think, man. Just leave a comment down below if you agree, disagree, you have something to share. Just leave a comment down there for us. What do you guys say?
Yeah, man. Like I said, we'll probably go even further more into this. Do a part 2 of it or something like that.
Yeah, we'll just continue the conversation. So that's gonna wrap it up for this. This is Man First Podcast. I'm Mixed.
I'm Zero.
See you next time.
Later.